just wanted to get some clarity and perspective on this acquisition of land that you have done. I believe this is a part of land in Chennai. You've acquired it for about 15 crores to consolidate facilities of an earlier company that you had brought. Can you Can you share some more details?
Yeah, we acquired LaserSoft last year at the same time, and they had offices near Ambattur, and now we want to consolidate their offices and looking for the growth. So this land is required in Ambattur area, which will be required for developing the center for 1,500 people. LaserSoft has delivered solution very well for central bank in Seychelles, and that solution could be leveraged for many other countries across the world, including the central banks in Asia and Africa itself. So with the growth needs which is there in banking, which is coming from LaserSoft, is quite exciting, and this land has been acquired to build up a development center over the next 18 months in that particular place.
Right. Morning, Arun. You know, your areas of specialty. Of course, we've seen a big pickup coming back, at least in banking, insurance across the globe. How have you seen that translate into business for you? Have you seen the same level come back as 2008, Arun, or is it a different market altogether now?
It's a much bigger business, which is there, what we saw in 2008. What your second question is very interesting, that it's a different business. So the business volumes are as good as 2008, or I would say more than 2008, because I think there's a pipeline which has not been fulfilled in last 18 months. There was, nobody has executed the project. So there is more emphasis on executing new projects. Now technology is becoming an arms race for large banks in the world, and the better the technology is, better their customer acquisition processes. So now they are not looking to just maintain the application, which was phase 2 or wave 2 of the outsourcing. Now they are looking at vendors who can deliver them a higher value in terms of cutting edge technology. They can modernize their platform. So we are seeing in Cybos, I was there 2 months back, and most of the bank has now opened their kitty up to $200 million to $500 million for enhancing their cash management platform, or a global transaction banking platform, or capital market platform, or a retail banking platform.
Okay.
So that trend we have seen, and that is a different ball game, that each project size could be over $20 million, over $30 million, and that's where we are preparing ourselves for.
Mr. Jain, I'm just getting back to the real estate point for a bit. You've been acquiring bits and pieces of land in the recent past as well. 50 acres in Hyderabad, 72,000 square feet in Thane, and there are some more figures that have been stated about further plans to acquire more infrastructure. Now, is this all entirely for housing your existing staff and the existing infrastructure needs of the company, or is there some other plan? And how are you funding all this acquisition of land or infrastructure?
It's fundamentally, I want to clarify, this is all for Polaris, so there's no other interest of the company to go into any other new business lines. So we are in financial technology business. We want to remain in financial technology business, so that's what we want to clarify to you. Second point is, Bombay, paying the rent versus acquiring a square feet of space is much better commercial sense for us to do that. Similar thing for Hyderabad, when 50 acres was acquired, the School of Financial Technology. We are planning for next 5 years, the kind of a talent what we require cannot be produced by any other institutes in the marketplace. So we need to go for our own financial technology institute, and we need to, we are getting a very nice place where people can stay there for a longer time to get trained, and that's what we acquired that place for. And it can be used for SEZ capability in coming year, because it's a 50 acres, so we will be applying for SEZ in that place. Let's see whether we are lucky enough to get it or not, but for expansion it can be possibly there. So I just want to clarify that there's no other interest.
Right. Arun, I just need to get one more thought in, if I may. What we have seen is that a lot of the smaller companies are now available in Europe or the US or even in Asia provide a very decent front end in terms of getting core banking orders or whatever else, because many of them may have existing relationships. Have you, Arun, looked at acquiring some of these? Obviously you already have a very strong back end, but just getting hold of these smaller acquisitions and perhaps that source the orders. Is that something you have looked at or are looking at?
Thanks, Ashu, to make the suggestion. That we are looking at it. As of now, we are not able to close any one of them, but that is what definitely we are looking at it to acquire or partner with such companies who are front-end companies to get into this kind of relationship. So definitely that is on the radar.
All right, Mr. Jain, we'll leave it on that note. Thanks for joining us.